Is this recording now? Because I just did the entire thing and it was not working correctly. Alright, I'm going to redo this entire demo because it wasn't recording correctly. Okay, so this is what I have so far. So this is the command. I used to have the size up thing where you can come over here and go through Google Maps. That's still there. You have the command now. So this is what I was talking about, like doing 3 pre-made self-paced scenarios a week, simulations. And I'll be putting them out 3 a week, 3 to 5. So this is, everyone has this on their command. You'll see it right at the top. You still have your own scenarios. You can make them. You can join scenarios, joining departments. So this is like your organization. This could be your department. So you can have like 100 seats in it. And so what it does is like, if you wanted like a student to join your training company, they would make a free account, type in this code on the join department page, and it'll just automatically put them into your organization. Your organization is either like a large firehouse, small firehouse, or like an individual if you're by yourself, and that'll be solo. I believe that on the pricing page here. So these are the tiers and their limits. And this is just my admin stuff. So when you come over here, only I can create. This will only show for me creating new scenarios and deleting and editing them. It's only for me right now. You can still make like self-paced scenarios by yourself, but these are just the pre-made ones that will be featured if you subscribe. So I'll just show you how they're made. I'll make one right now. Go to the library, view library scenario. Alright, just making sure that's recording because I just totally did this earlier. It wasn't working. 55 Athens, street, box, test. So initial notes, smoke showing, caller hung up, construction type, ordinary at the first alarm at 55 Athens Street. Let's say in Charleston, a lot of these are multiple family dwellings, so it's probably going to be an MD. This is only for me, so like publishing to library. Once again, like 3 a week, that's what I'm doing. So this is the scene builder. I believe I have my test image here. It's kind of large, so it might take a couple seconds to upload. Which I'll probably try and optimize, but while that's uploading right now, I'm gonna keep continuing on. You can upload different images for each side, or if you only have 1 or 2, you can still make do with that. So, and while that's uploading, I'll just do engine 1. These are your units. Engine 1, engine 2. Oh, it uploaded. Engine 3, truck 1, chief 1. So you have each stage on each side. So incipient growth, fully developed decay. So incipient, I'll do some slight smoke at this window, and I'll do like a super light. I don't think that one matches it. Super light trail at the front. And we'll go to growth. I actually don't like that one either. I like 6. Add some more smoke. This is how I like to do it. And then I'll come down here again. I'll actually duplicate this fire layer, fix it up real quick, and then I'll make this smoke kind of push out more. Dark opacity. See, this is where it kind of gets easier to just edit it that way. And then I'll make some darker smoke here. And I'll make that come out a little faster. So, incipient growth. You do the rest for fully developed and decay. So, and then this is the self-paced script I was talking about. So like when I make pre-authored simulations, I'll build them using this timeline and events. So either your time limit and end conditions if you want 10-minute max, or you want to end when a student declares a Chief 1 fires under control. This is what they say. Visual timeline, so like you can edit where events go, and it goes up to however long you want. For now, I'll just make a bunch of these events and show you what they do. So event 1, label engine 1 on scene. Dispatch update engine 1 on scene, no changing to the views or the stages. So after 5 seconds, engine 1's going to arrive, engine 2 is going to arrive. 15 seconds, engine 3's on scene, no change. After 20 seconds, we'll say truck 1. I believe I have truck 1 on there. You can either do hazards, so like at 35 seconds, let's say after 45 seconds, I'll do 55. 55 seconds, we'll change in from incipient to growth, fire spread, growth stage. And you can change views too, so it's like very customizable. Your expected actions, so this is more for like review. So we want we need to stretch line division 2. So I'd say engine 1 that's them, they're first arriving. So like assignment contains, so when you're talking into the microphone, it'll pick up on certain, the unit is different, so it'll automatically pick up on the unit. So unit name contains engine 1, so line, stretch, division 2. And no, this is like the deadline, so after a minute, there should be a line in place. And the same thing, you do the same thing for search, whatever you need to do. That should be expected. And this is like for review, it'll be highlighted no matter what. This is just like marking it more as critical. So for the label, this is like a follow-up of like after completion of assignment. So truck 1 search. So truck 1 assignment search. So let's say 25 seconds after they start searching, they'll you'll get an update. So truck 1 to command search primary search negative division 2. So it's after 25 seconds after you assign them the search. 25 seconds later, they'll give an update, and you can either do like they found a victim, and now you might need to assign more resources to remove the victim. So you're just making like a whole entire script, and there's those expected actions right here, and you can keep adding as many as you want, but for now I'll delete these. Save the script, and we'll save these changes. We'll try running this. I'm trying to think of where I just put that. Is that this one? Oh, yeah. Save library settings. This gives me an error for some reason. I don't know. But let's see. I think this is it. Okay, there we go. This is so now when we run this, dispatch notes, smoke shown, caller hung up, our resources, and how you end the actual session itself. So I'll start the scenario off, and you'll see on this timeline that the units start pouring in after a couple seconds. Here's engine 1, Engine 2, engine 3 should be right about now. Or I did truck. I think I did truck soon. So as a chief, I'll give a little size up. Chief 1 on scene, smoke showing, 2-story, ordinary construction, MD. So we'll process this. All right, here's a little size up at 32 seconds. And we saw these expected actions. So engine 1, stretch a line to division 2. At 50 seconds, now we hit that growth stage. Truck 1, start a primary search on division 2. And I'll show you there we go. Truck 1's on the search, and after 25 seconds, you'll see an update. Of course, you might do this like spread out between minutes, but I'm just doing seconds because for this demo's sake. All right, there's one. There it is right here. Truck 1 search should be any second now. All right, truck 1 in command, primary search negative on division 2. And so you can do that to like switch the scenes. So like after maybe like 2 minutes of engine 1 being up there, it might go to decay. And when it's at decay, you might say Chief 1, fire under control. And that should end this scenario. And you have your size up here. You have every single radio transmission here that you can replay by hitting play. And your expected actions. So this is kind of giving me a little bug. I'm not sure why I keep saying missed, unless I just completely missed the deadline. Let's see. Oh yeah, I did. I missed that deadline by 25 seconds. So that's your final board. Of course, you might say, all right, truck 2 to the roof, or squad 6, whatever you got. But I'll show you the instructor-led version here. So when you're doing instructor-led version, you have an instructor panel, like an instructor view, and then you have your student view. So command home, join session, use super simple, uses code. And you can have you can do this on a phone, you can do it on a tablet, you can do it on whatever you want, 2 laptops. I'm just doing it side by side so you can see. So now when we start the simulation here, this is what the student sees. And there's no like pre-authoring to this. This is like all on the fly. So you can give the updates and however like how you would do it for a promotion or anything. There might be some dude saying, all right, what do you see? So it's the same exact layout as you saw on the previous one. So I might say something like engine 2 to division 2, stretch a line. So when on the instructor view, this is your dispatch view. So this is what they might see on the next stage. So you might select growth, or you change the side. Of course, I don't have any other sides right now, but growth, incipient. They're still on growth right now, or incipient. And then you dispatch the change, and it changes. You can dispatch different sides. Whatever you want to do. Injecting hazards here. We'll do victim located. When you select that little drop down, it might say, victim located. You can actually type these hazards out yourself. Victim on division 2. Inject. Or you could say like incident update, water supply, or anything else you want to do. So you might be able to say broken hydrant. You might put that on the hazard, but whatever you want to do here. and you can manually, like, let's say I'm saying something on the radio and it's coming out really weird. You can actually do it manually. So like, let's say it's not picking up like truck one or something. The student is just not saying it correctly, or like it's just totally not coming out from the AI right. Truck one, you can assign stuff. This instructor can do it manually just to make sure it's correct. So, and then when you end the session, once again, you get a whole entire review, and you can actually, for everything, you can 3AlarmLabs saves each review, and you can run it back again. So that's the demo.